What's going on, everybody? Dylan Napoleon with Cageside Press, joined today by none other than Quentin Paisley, my third interview of the day. Quentin, we are here obviously because you have a fight in about a week, LFA 204. You'll be weighing in actually a week from today. So tell me about it, man. How excited are you to get into that LFA cage? Really just have a fight. I'm sure that alone is exciting. Right?
Yeah, I'm excited. It's like probably the biggest stage I fought on so far. So I'm very excited for it. It's a big name opponent, big stage. I'm ready for it.
I was going to ask you this question a little bit later in the interview, but I want to ask you right now because you just kind of brought it to mind. But, man, you're 1-0 as a pro. We all know what you're about. You had an extensive amateur career where you knocked people out left and right, had a lot of wins. Now you're 1-0. What does it mean to see a promotion like LFA, knowing how high level they are, investing in a guy like you, seeing the potential that you have?
Yeah, it means a lot. I really appreciate it. A lot of big-name fighters in the UFC came out of LFA, so it's a beautiful opportunity for me. I'm ready for it.
And we know you made your pro debut. That was in Connecticut, but you get to fight here once again, your home state, right, at CES, now LFA, both at Foxwoods, right? So, you have you started your pro career in Foxwoods, huge knockout. You have a great kind of momentum at Foxwoods, if you will. Does it excite you to fight there again?
Yeah, I'm just looking to keep it going no matter where I'm at, honestly. It's always nice to fight at home, though, and have the supporters come out and then family come out. Yeah.
Your first ever professional fight back in October of 2023 resulted in a brutal knockout. You were victorious first round, right? What kind of lessons did you learn, from that first fight?
Lessons? Not much. Just that I'm ready, but in the preparation from then to now, because it's been over a year, it's been a lot of lessons. So
I believe it, man. And let's talk about it a little bit. You said it's been about a year. It was October 2023 to March of 2025. And listen, I want to make this clear. That was not your fault at all. That was out of your hands, right? But what can you tell me about some of maybe the struggles and the way you had to keep yourself going, knowing, how much went wrong with some of your opponents?
That's just life. I can't control what they got going on. I can't control freak accidents. What's out of my control is out of my control, and I can only control what I can. So that's all I really focused on is me.
Was it tough on you? Was it hard to keep going and stay in the gym? Because you keep on having guys that, stuff happens and they can't get to the fight. Was it tough on you mentally?
Yeah, it is, because, you got life going on outside of fighting, and it's like it does become tough. But I know I want this, so it was no stopping.
I know that. Let's talk about the fight itself. Of course, LFA 204 here in Connecticut on March 22nd. You're taking on someone from the Gracie lineage, a Gracie family member by the name of Reylan Gracie, I believe, and he's making his pro debut. I didn't see anything online in terms of an amateur record or anything. Do you know anything about him? Have you seen any fights or anything at all?
I haven't seen anything on him. He's a Gracie. I'm sure he has some great grappling, but other than that, I'm just have to figure it out.
Does that kind of mess with you at all? Not mess with you, but I'm sure you'd want to see something about your opponent. It seems like there might be nothing out there. So how do you kind of handle that? Do you just really focus on yourself and not even worry about what he's going to bring? Just make sure you're sharp, 100%.
Yeah, that's pretty much all it is. Normally I do watch, and I like to get a feel of what I'm getting into, but like you just said, for this one, it was more so focusing on myself and sharpen up what I got to sharpen up. And like I said, we'll figure it out once we're in there.
And how much does a matchup like this excite you? You're taking on a guy who comes from the Gracie family, and he comes from the roots of the family. He has some really prestigious, cousins and uncles and stuff like that. So, this is a big opportunity for you, if you will. You can go 2-0 here, take out a Gracie, X, Y, and Z. So how much does this matchup itself excite you?
It excites me a lot. And like you were saying with his family, I think he's the son of the guy who basically started the UFC. Yeah. So that's big. So I'm stoked for it.
That is super huge, because that's something that will carry a lot of weight on your record, right? You have a W right there, and hopefully a knockout against a guy like that, man. That's a pretty
submission.
A So I think a submission would probably look even better, right? Because you submit a Gracie, right?
Never know.
That's right. Would that be exciting if you were able to pull it off? I know you don't, knockout, submission, whatever happens, but you think it would be cool to submit a Gracie?
It would be cool. It would.
I'm sure it would, man. Now making we spoke about it a little bit earlier, but making your LFA debut, they're coming here to Connecticut. Obviously, LFA is a really, really prestigious promotion. They send guys to the UFC left and right and stuff like that. So, what do you think about the fact that LFA is coming to Connecticut? Do you think that this could be a reoccurring thing? You hope it becomes reoccurring?
Oh yeah, I definitely hope it could be reoccurring. I seen the card. They got some good names on the card. Some exciting fights. I'm hoping we all put on exciting fights to where they want to come back.
This is probably one of like the best MMA shows that I've ever seen come to Connecticut, actually, because Bellator came here a bunch. We've seen some really big shows, but in terms of like, it's hard because I don't even consider LFA like a regional promotion kind of,
Not at all.
Yeah. So like, they're huge, I consider them like right there neck and neck with
Their last event was just in Vegas, if I'm not mistaken.
Vegas, California, Colorado, New York. They travel the whole country. Like, for me, just being a journalist, I'm stoked that they're coming here to Connecticut. But in the eyes of a fighter, I can imagine that it's even more exciting,
Yeah, makes it easier for me, less travel. Like I said, my supporters could come out now. Yeah.
You think we're going to see a lot of support for you that night inside the arena there at Foxwoods?
I would hope so. This is like this is the first fight where I didn't have to handle the tickets physically. So I don't know who's coming and who's not. So
because it's LFA, right? Yeah.
So it's like everything's online. So I don't know who's coming, but
well, I
would expect.
I think the fact that, well, let's talk about this in a minute, but you, Justin, you guys have a big team. I bet you'll see a ton of FAA guys there. Your family, I'm sure, will be there. But let's talk about that factor for a minute. You get to share this card with a guy, Justin Sumter, who I know you and him have a very special bond, right? Because not only are you guys both light heavyweights at the moment, but you guys have been in the gym, training for these fights relentlessly. So what's it mean to you sharing a card with Justin?
It means a lot, man. This is the second time we've done it. We've done it at CES, and now we're doing it again. Justin's like I don't throw this word around a lot. He's really like a big brother to me. He mentors me. He teaches me a lot, shows me a lot. Thankful for him, and yeah, I'm looking forward to a great night with him.
Yeah, I think it's going to be special. Being in the gym with you guys the past, a couple times over the past couple weeks, I could see the ways that you guys help each other, stopping in the middle of drills to give each other a pointer or him giving you, a pointer on the ground and then you giving him something, when you guys are standing. So it's cool to see how you guys help each other,
Yeah, we really feed off of each other, like you said. Stand-up wise, not that like, I'm saying like I'm better stand-up, but stand-up wise, I can help him a lot. Grappling wise, he helps me a lot, and then just putting it all together, we just help out each other.
100%. Obviously, both of you guys are great at both striking, grappling, and stuff like that. But when you have I consider you a striking specialist, a knockout specialist. You know what I mean? Justin, he's got some knockouts, he's got grappling. So you guys, between the two of you guys make a great little duo. And the best part about it, I think, is the fact that you guys are both light heavyweights, right? Because a lot of times you end up having to roll or train with someone who might, fight a weight class or two away from you. So having a guy in the same weight class could only be beneficial, right? Yeah. Tune in March 22nd. Quentin Paisley takes on Reylan Gracie. Very exciting fight.